Okay.
Okay, so this is my presentation in leadership and management in sport. The team I'm going to be talking about is Chelsea. We're going to start off with the first issue, which was the John Terry and Wayne Bridge affair. So obviously, in January 2010, Captain John Terry, accused of having an affair with Vanessa, Wayne Bridge's partner at the time, and the reports ranged that he made her get pregnant and unfortunately he had to get an abortion. And this obviously led to a feud between the two players throughout the club. So the effect that this had, this led to an issue because obviously the two of them led to a diversion of the team, so the team split into choosing sides of the two players in question. With this, it led to conflict between the Chelsea players and staff, and it was shown a negative performance from the two players that showed the lack of team cohesion from the issue. On the 27th of February 2010, Wayne Bridge played against Chelsea for Manchester City, and prior to the match, all the players shook hands, and Bridge was involved in a hugely and highly publicised incident in which he refused to shake hands with John Terry at the start of the game, which obviously showed the feud has not been resolved. So this theory relates to the effect of the group formation by Tuchman that the players of a team will face when this issue is happening within a group. The stage evident in this issue was the storming stage. So the storming stage is when there is a conflict among the group, questioning roles of players and decisions made by them. So this definitely took place at Chelsea due to other players being divided by the scandal and the players taking either John Terry or Wayne Bridge's side of the story that led to arguments between the players. Also, the players can start to question decisions of the head coach on whether either players in question deserve play time or the roles that they've been given to the team. So, for example, John Terry being captain still after the whole ordeal. So the first solution and goal they could set would be to get the two players together with a manager and sort out a disciplinary for two of the players by either stripping the captaincy of John Terry or giving the players less game time, as well as separating the two to avoid conflict within the club grounds between them. Additionally, the manager can say if they continue to bring hot press and conflict to the club, then they can both be let go or fined heavily for their actions. Luckily, this issue sorted itself regarding to the players clashing at the club, as Wayne Bridge left the club to join Manchester City at the end of the season. There still led to a feud between the two players, obviously when they refused to shake hands, as well as when they played for England. But this actually stopped the two players colliding at Chelsea, and this allowed no further issues for Chelsea with them to regard it. A goal they can set in for the future is if future players are forbidden to do any outside activities / actions that can affect the players or club's reputation, relationship between the players or staff, and bring any controversial press and reputation to the players and the club. Okay, the second issue is the constant rotation of managers. So Chelsea are famous of having a manager for a short period of time and then getting rid of him and getting a new one. So on the left there is a graph with all the list of managers they've had for the past 14 and 15 years, and a lot of them haven't managed at the club for a long time. This is a massive issue for the club, as they are constantly having new managers introduced to the club, and then for a short period of time. So with the new managers, there was also new nationalities that keep getting thrown into the club with all the managers. So an example would be Sarri. He's famous for not having firstly he's Italian, and he was famous for always having a translator translate for him in his press interviews, into the changing rooms and speeches. And also there's been a fair amount of controversy with different managers, and Sarri's another example. He's famous for having good relationships with the fans as well as the players. An example of this would be Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa and Sarri. When it came to the penalty shootout in the Carabao Cup, the Spanish goalkeeper refused to come off the pitch and switch goalies, and this led to a heated argument between the player and manager. So that shows it's really not a good relationship between the two, because they're arguing over, the players arguing what the coach's decision. This then led City to take the trophy home, as Kepa only saved one penalty and City won the Carabao Cup, and then this led to Kepa being dropped for the next 2 games and a hefty fine. So that shows player to coach relationship very strong. So the effect of it is having a constant change of managers that are different nationalities, mean that the players / team will have to continuously adapt to different playing styles and structures, and a rotation of players around the squad. All the managers will have different styles of coaching, as they will have their own philosophies, motives and goals. There will also be an issue for the players, as if the new managers not agree with the previous manager's playing style and then completely scrap it, the players will then have to have a whole new style, adapt to it, and if they don't adapt to it, then their performance can become negative until they grasp a new style. This can cause a massive drop in performance for different reasons. For example, Chelsea have gone through managers that have reached the language barrier, so like Sarri and Kante. When joining, they hardly spoke a word of English and constantly had to have translators translate for him, and vice versa. So this would be a motivation killer, as if he's given a speech prior to a game to his club or given tactics, he just has to say it, wait for the translator to do it. So it just kills the passion, the personal touch of a speech, if he's consistently translating. Also with the Steiners model of productivity, 40 processes have a massive impact on the team due to having an inconsistency of performances, and one main reason can be the continuous changings to a team. So with them continuously changing managers, they have the actual productivity is that they could, with the players they have, they could either win or do very successful in the Premier League, but with the players that they have, the losses due to 40 processes, and when the managers keep on coming in and out of the club, ruining coach-player relationships and also introducing different playing styles that the players weren't used to previously. So the actual productivity is where they end up, which is mid-table, sometimes top 10 or not. One goal that can be set for it is to obviously not try and continuously transfer managers into the clubs. If they are going to, then another goal they can set is trying to recruit managers to the club that are either from the same country or speak good English, because this is a massive problem for Chelsea. And also, if they can get someone that speaks English, it also removes the language barrier and forms a coach relationship between the player and not a coach-translator relationship. As well as hire someone that plays the same style of football that the previous manager did, so it's not too much of a style change, so they can adapt quickly and not lead to a negative performance. My final issue is rotation of players. So an example of this is while Sarri was manager for Chelsea FC, he brought in Jorginho from Napoli, and it was a £50 million deal. He then made the team change their positions to cater for Jorginho, especially Kante, who was known as the best holding midfielder, but then he had to change his position and cater for him to be moved to the right, which is a natural position. Another example of bringing a huge amount of foreign players into the club. So there's a lot of ranging nationalities in the club, from German, Argentinian, Dutch, English and Spanish, so there's a lot of diverse nationalities in there. The main effect that is on the team is once again leads to a language barrier, so this can start to form cliques into the groups. So you have, for example, that you have all the Spanish players in one little clique, Brazilian players, English players and so on. This then separates the team, and it leads due to a lack of chemistry within, as well as easily leading to a negative performance due to players not knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses when playing. So if they're in training, they're always saying their little nationality cliques, then they're not going to learn other player styles and which works best and which doesn't. With this, it can also lead to a positive effect, as this can promote some areas of chemistry in the club, as the players that are of the same nationality link strongly. In addition, some of the foreign players already speak English, so they can still get along with this English-speaking people in the club. The goal to set is divided team bonding exercises. So even if the team don't speak the same language or from the same club, they can still link together in team bonding and split up the cliques. Chelsea will obviously provide additional occasional classes, so the foreign players will help them to learn a bit of English so they can get on with the coaches a little bit more, as well as the English players. That will help with team chemistry. And lastly, they can try to get players to do outside activities with each other, so they are surrounded by other people outside the club ground, so they it's not like there's more personal connection and not work connection. With this, then it can lead to positive productivity within the team, and they can see progress and results and remove the fight process.